Alright. ちょっと待ってね. I need to set up quite a few things on my handle. So give me a short while first.
Tilly Green has entered the room.
Alright. Okay. It's been a long while since I used my 3D avatar though. On reality. And as well, not on reality, but on the YouTube one though. Alright. And Tilly Green, if you're here for the point, you can take the point. Don't need to wait too much. But anyways, how's your day? Alright. God, actually, I got quite a lot of things to chat upon. And in case you guys are wondering, what are the things that I've been checking about? 3 topics I was supposed to be doing random chat on, like 3 different different topics. I mean, like, one of them is actually basically the sentencing of the arson for. So basically, in Japan, right, there is the case of the Kyoto Animation arson attack, right? So basically, the sentencing was done on 25th January. I was supposed to do the random check on that end, but the sentencing kind of like got a lot, like it got a lot of things like commenting about people talking about death sentence. Like, there is one part of people who doesn't want the death sentence, and there's one part of people who want the death sentence. So because of that, right, I want to do a proper check on that end first before I can do like what I can talk about it. Like, because there is quite a lot of people saying like they agree the death penalty is barbaric, but at the same time there is also a group of people who feel like he should deserve the death because he killed technically 30 plus people, like alive for alive in a way. So basically I was doing a check. So in case you guys are wondering, let me open it up for you guys. Okay, I think I will just show you guys on the classroom that I normally tend to do my random check on. I think it should be easier to open the thing out. Need to wait for the things to be showing out first. But to be honest, right, I'm actually kind of confused between like the situation in a way though. Alright, got it open. So actually we're kind of a little bit confused. I was actually checking some of the news. It was initially like kind of like saying like, along the line, like, likely to be death penalty, and along the line he didn't think so many people would die, and now he think he went too far along the line. Like, he regret like after taking a lot of life. And just I will talk about this in random chat next for the video, but it's just that the confirmation, like when I was checking the news for this, I will be checking all the news properly. So Kyoto Animation like the case, right, got quite huge, and it's like for the first time, right, in a long while, a death penalty is set in though. And the thing is, right, he was technically still a little bit in a disabled form because the fire did cause a lot of damage to him. So the court proceeding is like I was like checking a lot of information on my end, and これで終わりにしていけない。 But then again, right, the one Allah Reed Sun, hello there, how's today? Okay, I mean, like, in case you guys want to know, right, there is 3 topics that I'm actually very confused about. For the Reddit chat, I was actually doing research on all 3 at the same time. Number 1 is the death penalty. It's already for the kill animation or Sun attack, that is already confirmed already. He is to be sentenced to death. Second topic, I was kind of like checking. I was kind of a little bit short about Blizzard. I was actually a little bit short about Blizzard though. The Blizzard layoff. The Blizzard layoff, I was actually kind of like short and not short. Microsoft is cutting 1,900 jobs in its gaming department. Like, it's short and not shocking in one way. Considering that, like for Microsoft issue, right, there is 2 topics to talk about it. So one of the random chat will be having Microsoft talking about like, I was thinking along the line of like the topic called "It's overdue." Oh, hello son, hello there, how's today? Yeah, the thing is, right, the 3 topic, definitely one of them is the gaming company, one of them is the animation awesome, that one is too long. This case I've been following this case ever since because I was living in Kyoto that time, and I was kind of like lucky and unlucky because the fire happened the next day after I visit Kyoto animation area, because I actually live in Kyoto at the time, so I actually went around the area. So when it happened at the time, it was kind of shock to me. Like I was nearby there at the time. Then after that, the second issue is like Microsoft layout, right? I'm actually kind of confused about this situation because I was actually looking through a lot of information. I was looking through a lot of from many point of view, so I'm actually kind of confused to talk about this in a way, because layoff in a way, right, it is something unavoidable. Like a lot of company always every year got laid off, but 1,900 job, right? When I checked, I was looking into 2N. One of them is the Blizzard one, and in a way, right, for the Activision, for the Activision Blizzard, right, I'm very confused about one thing is that I talked about this last night where I say that it's like CEO get 99% of
Rizzy
the
Puppet
whole
has
company,
entered the room.
but for the employee, it's the employees that is doing 99% of the job though. That is a very good question. That is a very good question. If they lay off good people or good talents, right? And British hello there, how's today? Like if they lay off good people, I won't mind. But if they lay off bad people, like that would be like something good. But the thing is, right, it's very hard to know who are they laying off. They just lay off because the thing is, right, when I was checking this and this new, both of them actually got quite an interesting part there. They say that the president decided to leave. They actually stated that the president decided to leave. The same president who actually said that unless someone drag him out of the company, I'm very inclined to say that he just been kicked out of the company at the moment. Because the thing is that when Blizzard got acquired by Microsoft, right, the one of the thing that in my mind I was like, it won't be long before Microsoft want to cut a lot of the employee out. Because the thing is, right, when Microsoft got Blizzard and Activision, technically a lot of people is not aware is that my prediction at the time was that what Microsoft aiming was the brand. They just need the brand, the copyright for the gaming. Because Microsoft, we know that there is the esports already. They already got their own gaming so-called studio. So all they need to do is just have the software, the system that Blizzard have, and then incorporate that into their system. And that's all they need to do. So the thing is, right, if I know a lot of people is like saying that it's a bad thing for all in a way, because they say that Blizzard is dying, like Blizzard went cold in a way. So when I was very confident on doing that video, because in terms of marketing and business wise, right, there is something that a lot of people is overlooking, which is basically that the company Microsoft might be just only one Blizzard, the brand itself, the name itself. They are not looking for the employees or these things, which is the reason why when they kind of lay off 1,900, that's a lot though. And at the same time, if they are kind of like laying off the dead weight, then in a way even though a lot of people are saying like, oh, they are still laying off a lot of people, 1,900 of employee is a lot though. It is something that we have to like ask them, like, who are they laying off? Because they, based on information when I was checking some of the YouTube video, I was actually kind of shocked about the Blizzard one. I was actually looking into I actually know about this story through, I'm pretty sure that in case anyone was wondering, I also was watching some anime, so I was listening to anime while watching it. I think it was Hero Hill? Hello there. I think it was Hero though. Because when I was checking it, the Blizzard story was kind of like got me. Oh yeah, Emon was talking about it. They said Emon was talking about it.
True. Rara has entered the room. First timer.
Oh, hello there. How's your day? Right now I'm doing a little bit chat on situation. Like 1,900. A lot of people is talking about it. I wanted to talk about it, but the thing is, right, it's very like what Pirates you mentioned. Are they laying off good talents, or are they removing all the dead weight? That is the question. Like a lot of people is not looking. I actually watched some of the video. I was very in time to say that it's hard to know, because yes, I was watching Hero Hill's video, like a terrible news. A lot of people saying it's a bad news. I was checking a lot of videos today. Like I was actually watching the whole damn day. A lot of people are saying it's a bad thing. In a way, the people are saying it's a bad thing. But when Microsoft bought Blizzard at the time, first thing in my mind at the time was Microsoft is just aiming for the brand. They are just wanting the name Blizzard. They just want that name itself. And when they kind of like cancelled one of the so-called survival game called Overseas, I'm just like, yeah, finally Microsoft showed one of the what they were aiming for in the first place. They are just aiming for the name brand itself though. That's what I think. Like for me, who has studied about game development and business, all these things, right? One of the things that is very, very sensitive in a way is that sometimes when you think about programming, when you think of all these 3D artists, right, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time. But what made a game successful is not always the developer, it's not always the 3D model, all these things. They are just only part of the process. The one that make the game successful, as much as I hate saying it, is always the marketing. Like a game marketing, if they market it nicely, if they're able to come with a game that even if the game is not as good as you guys might think, but if they're able to market the game so successfully, it can end up being a good game. And people, even if the game people say is trash, people can crash on game, there will be a market for the game to be in the market. And one of the topic that I taught long ago was the day before. The game that exists and don't ever exist is that we know a lot of people was hyped about the game, but the thing is, right, the way they show it, right, they can just tell you that, oh, there is no one doing the game itself, but the marketing is so damn hype that people hook into it though.
You've reached 15 minutes streamed.
Sometimes you get so big that you feel constantly. I do agree with that. Which is the reason why power which was one of the topic that I wanted to talk about for the like. It was when I wrote in my title was like there is two topics I want to talk about, three potentially. This was one of them because the thing is right. In regard is like potential three because of the Power success though. Power success is started by a small company. It was a group of small company. And it became, because as they progress with the development, they start hiring new people, they get getting new people to help do the work, all these things, right? And it, at the end of the day, the success is what they want, and it showed that a small company like the one who create Power can overthrow all the great AAA company or even Nintendo in a way.
Rizzy Puppet liked the stream.
Because of that, right, it is one of the reasons why I was like, it seems like they were aiming, like if I mean like they really got the taste of like Pokemon is really talking about it. I was actually watching it at the time. Like I was giving it a little bit of wait and see approach. Like Pokemon and Power is already kind of like Pokemon is already saying that they will be they already made their official statement. They're really going to kind of like investigate copyright issue or the copyright claim or this thing, right? It's kind of like I know a lot of people are talking about it. I just want to give it a wait and see because I know the one thing that I thought in my video is beforehand was that the similarity is there. We can't deny that. Some of the some of the Power design is similar. But at the end of the day, we still have to ask ourselves, when it comes to design wise, how much is there can we like prune the copyright issue? Because the thing is right, when it comes to IP, intellectual properties, right, the Pokemon copy did Pokemon actually put the IP for all of their Pokemon in a way that if the design is similar, because a lot of people didn't actually, I see a lot of people forget about what the IP, the intelligent I really hate more than 3 syllable words, but the IP of, when it comes to IP, right, if there is some similar design in Power Monster as compared to Pokemon, which is actually known as Pocket Monster in Japanese, a lot of people need to understand that yes, I do agree that Pokemon have been stale for a long time. I stopped playing Pokemon ever since they got into Nintendo Switch, and I only just recently got back to playing Violet and Scarlet, but I kind of like just stopped playing because it's stale. It had been kind of unstable. It's just basically you catch some Pokemon, you train them, you beat 8 trainer, you beat 8 gym leader, beat some trainer, beat the Elite Four, defeat the champion, and then you just finish game, you could become the champion. There's nothing to do. But Power was able to do way more than that. Pokemon with gun in a way, yes, but the thing is, right, when I look at the design wise, like a lot of the design is similar. We can't deny that. And I even agreed, when I agree on that point, right, I was kind of shocked that Penguin Z0 actually criticized on that one point. Like he said the game is fun, and I can see a lot of people is playing the game. I mean, like it's reaching almost 8 million already. Like if a game is so successful, it won't be long before they got their own drama. It's just that the more successful the game is, the faster the drama will appear, and it's just only at this time, if there is the IP issue of the design on some of the Pokemon, in terms of like Japanese judging, right? Because this is based on both on Japan, so if they are actually based off the IP and there is similar design, like it doesn't need to like 100% similar. What a lot of people is not aware is that in terms of IP, all you need is just a small part of the similarity. You don't need a lot, which is the reason why it can be like if Pokemon decide to charge Power for the similar design, it can be done. It's just that a lot of people may not be aware of it though. Because when it comes to IP, if they show the whole design, like just part of the design is similar, I'm not saying like all 111 Power Monster is similar. As long as they show some of them is similar, Pokemon can charge them for it in a way though. The old reference for Digimon and Pokemon, Oh, there is the case about it though, if you're not aware. There was an issue about Pokemon and Digimon at the time about a similar lawsuit at the time though. There was a lawsuit about it though. How was it again? It's a very long case though. Like, a lot of people didn't. There was actually a funny case where the cube design was technically similar. Like you just basically, like one of the reason. I'm pretty sure. The thing is, right, a lot of people used to sue about it, and there was actually a case about it. What was it again? No, because okay, the thing is, right, although they say no, right, it is a very long case. But the thing is, right, the only thing they sue about, right. Yeah, the thing they sue about was the Mon. Like it was called Digimon versus Pokemon. The Mon was the one that they tried to actually charge them technically. The Mon itself, the Pokemon, the Digimon, the Mon itself was the thing that they wanted to charge though. It is something that a lot of people wasn't aware though. The Mon, like the funny thing is, right, if anyone do a search on like the age of Pokemon and the age of Digimon, right, first release it was on Japan in 1996, whereas Digimon was released way earlier though. And was it later? Yeah, it was a bit later, Ka. Oh no, wait, it was a bit earlier though. Was it? Why does it seem like they released later? Oh, this is the anime. Where was the one? The toy itself is the issue though. Oh, it was a later. That has been why there was a. That has been why there was a the issue with it. Okay, that has been why I remember there was a law case about it. Okay, in case you guys are not aware, right? Yeah, I only just okay. The reason why Pokemon and Digimon in Japan, right, they are still called Digital Monster, and for Pokemon, in case a lot of people are actually kind of mistaken, right? In Pokemon, they don't really call it Pokemon in a way. The initial Pokemon, right, like the Digimon and Pokemon, right, they were initially called Digital Monster versus Poketo Monster. They used the long term. The name was actually long term. They didn't shorten it. It was the Western side that decided to make it shorten so that it will be more catchy. That's why Pokemon and Digimon was a thing though. And the thing is, right, that the one that caught both issue was the copyright of the Mon itself, the monster itself. Because one is a pocket monster, one is a digital monster. And the funny thing was, right, a lot of people may not be aware is that Digital Monster at the time was also technically called something similar to Pocket Monster, because a lot of people mistaken like, oh, it's Pokemon or Digimon. Like even when my mom actually talked about Digimon and Pokemon, she only just know the dinosaurs looking monster or the Pikachu or Pokemon. So she always called all the Pokemon Pikachu, but she doesn't really refer to Digimon. And because of the similarity of Digimon and Pokemon in a way, because they are both called Mon at the end, people confused them, and there was a lawsuit. Like they wanted one of them to give up on the Mon. they wanted to give out on the word monster itself. So I was actually kind of a little bit surprised that when Power became a thing, right? They call it Power. I was actually like somewhere in my mind, I was like, I at least glad that they didn't call it Palmon. Because if they call it Palmon, definitely the whole issue of Digimon will come into place. But one of my videos, I'm pretty sure I talked about Power is similar to it's very very similar to Ark Survivor and GTA, right? Is that it question our moral though. Because you can-
Roxana to the power of 63 to the power of 7 has entered the room.
Oh, Roxanne, hello there. How's the day? Right now, I'm just doing a few topics to talk about. Like
Hello.
the laying off of Blizzard 1,900 people, as well as the final sentence for the Kyoto Animation Arson attack. Actually, the last topic I wanted to talk about is also the Hololive Holostar issue though. I was actually watching Kill video. And I'm not. This might come a little bit shocking as to Roxanne, is that it happened to in regards to Fukumoto, very unprofessional behavior from Fuamoko. So basically, there are some fans who are very very unhappy.
I know that one.
Like a lot. Okay, basically a lot of people are not very happy. Like so-called a lot. I have to quote and quote. A lot of people are not very happy. Is that they say that Fuamoko keep quiet when the Holostar make an appearance, and the thing is, right, I have to question, are those kachikoi? Basically, in kachikoi, in a way, what we'll call them will be something along the line of hardship, die-hard fan in a way. But the thing is, right, I would call them the Karen Karen fan in a way though. Karen Karen, because the thing is that they feel they are entitled. They feel that that the talents should not interact with another people. It's like, how can you control a person? Like, I mean, like technically those talents from Hololive Holostar are humans. We can't let them do. I mean, like you call them unicorn. Yeah, the thing is, right, if they never make noise, I wouldn't even think about talking about this issue. I just personally
If the girls react, the unicorns will attack.
vice versa, it will be the same though. If the guys from Holostar react or talk about it, the member from
And when they don't react, they get attacked.
It's not just that though. Okay, let me give you guys a scenario. What happened if Holostar members start doing the same thing to Hololive members? Like, let's say for example, one of them decided to say, "Oh, we shall not react." Some may feel like, "Oh, they are just saying that our Hololive girls are not cute, right?" Or maybe it will attack somehow, somewhat. Which is the reason why when I quote unquote them fan, I was very hesitant to talk about this in my random chat, because there is so many topics. Like, I've been pumping out a lot of random chat video lately that I'm actually very very tired in real life, because I have to do research. Like, I don't just go along like just go Twitter out of nowhere and then just go and type Fuamoko and then just find a few things and then just end the day. I have to check the legitimacy of the.
Being co-workers doesn't mean you have to know everything about them. Face with tears of joy.
I agree on that, Roxanne. I agree on that though. Because the thing is, right, actually I was discussing some of the situation with someone, and she gave me this information, this point of view that I was very grateful. So, one of the point of view was that in real life, when you work for a company, there will be a
The
lot.
PPL who complain probably have never worked in a company.
Maybe I will agree on that, because if in a company, right, there is a lot of different departments, there is a lot of different people. You know some people, you won't know some people. You may hear of them, you may not hear of them. And the thing is, right, if you don't know them, some of them may be shy and don't dare to interact. And there is also cases where they may interact and don't interact. And some of them will either know that person or they may not even know the other party. So it's like they know they exist but they don't know they exist, or maybe they don't even know who they are. When a company
You've reached 30 minutes stream.
And this holds true when the company get bigger and bigger and bigger. And in my view, Hololive is getting bigger and bigger each year. With the introduce of new talents, with the introduce of their new stuff, they had grow quite big to the point that if anyone go and search out on Hololive production for their for asking for I think it was not Hololive, it was covered, right? They were hiring like crazy lot of people at the time though. To the point that I was actually very, very surprised that if they even allowed disabled or handicapped people to work for them though. Recruit, yep, it's under Recruit. So if anyone will go to their website and go and check on Recruit, they are hiring a lot of different people, and they are kind of like wanting people to like student, recruit, contract, mid-career. Mid-career, in case anyone are wondering, is basically people who, because there is a period of April 1st to 31st March. So if you join any time that is not within the start of the 1st of April, then that is considered mid-career, like transfer of like midway you transfer from another company or to this company. So they have a lot of people they are trying to look out for, and it is getting bigger and bigger. So if they are, and this only start around last 2 years, I think it was 2021 when they kind of like starting to hire people, and 2022 was when 23, I think it was 23 onwards, they doing a little bit of more hiring because they already got a final studio, all these things. So if they are hiring people, it shows that how big the company Hololive had become, Holostar had become, and Cobble Corp is something that that we can look out for. It's just that when people are making noise about Fuamoco being out of profession, not good or whatever, it's like, yeah, sometimes when I look through the information, like you guys, this is basically what I have to look through, and one of the reasons why I have to give high praise to those people who are like Hero Hill and Rhapsody Days, right, is that they have to go through all these things themselves, and I was like, damn, this take a lot of time, man. But yeah, the thing is, right, when you come to Unicorn, I feel like either they have never understand the work process, because for me, I have worked in so many different part-time in my life. I have worked as a pet store, I have worked in a supermarket, I have worked in fast food, I have worked in dining, sit out restaurant, I have worked in fancy restaurant, I have worked in salesman for clothes, washing machine, all these things. Like I have worked so different.
I didn't even realize they weren't reacting until I saw them complain.
The funny thing is, right, Roxanne, they bug the loudest.
Like I was busy looking at the visuals, grinning face with squinting eyes.
Oh, the thing is, right, if you actually look at the whole situation, right, be it Twitter, be it any social platform, who make the loudest noise? It's always those people though. We can't, and and at the same time, I can see why, because the thing is, right, if anyone who look into idol culture in Japan, I will just show it just right here, because
I'm not listening to reactions, just give me the art, lol.
So idol culture in Japan, right, it is a thing that everyone said that Japanese idol, although they are technically entertainment in a way, one of the things that they have to go through is that their public image though. And the public image in a way is that they have to be innocent, so-called in quote unquote. They have to be pure, quote unquote again. They also have to be so-called not in romantic relation. They have whether I can show, let me see whether I can kind of squeeze that, because this is not showing out on like. So if you guys check here, common restriction include not being allowed to smoke or drink in public or pursue romantic relation, and that is a very big question. One of the reasons why like when Holostar and Hololive interact with each other. If they interact, also bad news. If they don't interact, also bad news. You see what's the issue with? So when Fuamoko stays silent throughout, technically they don't want the trouble, but when they don't interact, they also invite trouble. So it's really between the two. It's like being a hard and a rock. It's just between two different places, and I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the two of them. But the thing is, right, this is how Japan culture is, and considering that a lot of people mindset is that, oh, they come in, if they are Hololive members, they are girls, they should not interact with the male counterparts.
Smoke or drink Picora. Lamy and Radin talking about Sigbrand's face rolling on the floor laughing.
Which is the reason why this was potentially the third topic that I was going to talk about. Because I already got my way of idea, but it's just that when I was checking with some people and getting more information, I mean, like, if you guys got some opinion, I will actually take it in.
They even made their own sake, lol.
The funny thing is, right, Lemmy made her own sake, and the sake was so well received that it became one of the top sake in the world right now, you know. He won the prize for being the best sake at the time.
She got silver medal, lol.
Yeah. Getting a medal is already a thing, you know. Like, because when you put it on the shelf, and if you got the shadow, let's say for example the medal say awarded for being one of the best sake in the world of which year, they don't, anyone who don't even drink sake will, oh, this is one of the best sake, I shall buy it. They don't care about the brand, they don't care about what the sake is. As long as they see that, like, this is how marketing works in a way. If you put something like, let's say, gaming mouse, we got the Razer, we got the Logitech. But when you got so many other better options, why do people still end up buying Logitech and Razer mouse? Because if you check, they always have the title called Best Gaming Mouse of which year, or Best Gaming Mouse or whatsoever. They put that in, people will be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. They don't care at the end of the day whether the thing is good or bad at the same time, you know. Thank you. My day is just basically watching a lot of video today though. Doing research. Like, I was doing research all this thing from topic of the case of Kyoto Animation arson attack have been sentenced to death, as well as the Blizzard layoff, as well as Fuamoko situation. So yeah, I was actually
Roxana
busy the whole damn day.
to the power of 63 to the power of 7 liked the stream.
I was so damn busy the whole damn day that I was like just listening anime on the background and just doing research, doing chat, all these things, because I want to keep my source as before. Like, normally before I do my random chat, right? And also, Dark-san, you can just put out your question first before anything. Like, often more than not, I have to search out all the information, like search out things that I have to be aware of, because if I put out my random chat video without the proper information, without the proper things that I know about, I'm just kind of like brainy following the trend. One of the reasons why I always follow I don't follow a trend is that I have to do a check first. I have to understand both sides of the coin, because sometimes it's like, this is the thing, I can give you the two sides of the coin, I can give you one coin, I give you the two sides, but the problem is, right, sometimes the whole issue is not the two sides of the coin, but the middle of the coin, and the coin itself is the problem though. Just like AI, is AI like, normally I've been very vocal about AI, is that AI should be used as a tool to improve life, to help us make better, like just like how Pirate Sun make use of AI to make good use of the AI as a tool to create a video that translator or localizer is unable to do so. So to me, right, AI, like you at the end of the day, pirate have to use the AI to do it for him. Like he don't use it as like, oh no way, it's not like the AI do it on its own. You still have to program the voice, what kind of sentence do you want the voice to say, and then when you do the and also you don't, if you don't understand the Japanese source, then you have to go and search out the actual the translation, and you still have to use AI in a way. So it's like AI is technically a tool. Now the thing is, right, when we have the AI now let's use AI as the coin itself. The pro and the con start waiting in. The pro will be it made life easier. It helped us to do our things faster. And then the con will be a lot of people may be out of job. A lot of people may be unable to get their job they want, all these things. But at the end of the day, if we look at the pro and the con, it is always balanced in a way. And the only way those people, those so-called localizer, can survive. Like I gave myself advice on my random video when I talk about localizer. It is supposed to be used as a tool. It should be technically helping their life easier. If the localizer claim themselves as they are not expert, then freaking hell use the AI to make good use of the translation and then make it so that they can translate much more easier. Like it doesn't take 1 and 1 to become 2, but at the same time I feel like sometimes they just feel like 1 plus 1 is still equal to 1 apple, 1 orange, and then and out of nowhere you can have 1 grape, one watermelon, 1 whatsoever. It's at the end of the day, it's very hard to understand why people are making a huge noise about the AI. I mean, like talking about AI is back to the point of like, should we even be using internet in the first place? Because when internet came out, I still remember as back then, like internet was not a thing at the time, and people were complaining about how internet may be able to spread false information or trying to hack into other people's account or doing all these things. A lot of the bad things people stop talking about it, and AI is facing the same thing. So at the end of the day, it's like how people make use of AI. It will depend on how and who will be using it. If in the right hand, AI can be a very huge boom to the industry and help everyone life easier. But on the other hand, we can't deny the issue that yes, they may be laid off. There will be people who may have to lose their job. But at the same time, like back to one words that I feel like a bit pirates, and I'm so sorry, I have to be using your words from now on. Are they competent or are they deadweight? Because the thing is, right, if they're laying off competent, then that is a huge problem. But if they're laying off deadweight, a lot of people will be saying they deserve it. And those deadweight right now, a lot of people is now making noise about some localizer talking about all these issues. So it is still in a way that is AI a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's like back to the same issue like when I was talking about Fuamoko. Like if she react to the Holo Star, like if she react to the Holo Star, people are gonna say that she should not interact, and then they're gonna attack the Holo Star members. But if she don't react, people just say, oh, she is not being professional. You should at least say, wow, oh, like some people always love to make noise. There will be people in this world who love to make noise. They will talk about it in a way, call them unicorn, call them Kachikoi, call them antis, call them hater. There will be a lot of people always making a lot of noise in the world, and we can't stop them. There's no way to stop them. The only way to stop them is basically themselves. The one thing I would just say that they need to move on with their life. If they move on with their life and don't think too much, then it might be a good thing. But often more than not, it's really hard for them, because love and hate is always a very powerful emotion, a very powerful feeling, and I've been vocal about this two thing about a lot. It's just that it's really hard to talk about it. I mean, like, it's the same thing for like the man sentenced to death for Kyoto Animation Arson Attack. Like, why like what he is really one of the things that I can talk about is that what lead him down the path to put on fire on the animation studio and cause death. Anyone who studies his case will understand that he did it out of hatred. He did it out of jealousy, all these things. And hate, like I mentioned, is a powerful emotion and you lead to obsession. And that's the reason why the anime Austin attack, like the animation Austin attack appeared. Like it appeared because the man have pure hatred, he has pure jealousy, and that emotion caused him to did what he did back then. And right now he's sentenced to death, and sentencing of death in Japan it had been very, very long though. Like if I show you guys the number of like cases of abundant crowd of human, like this is all in Japan cases, meant for fatally stabbing, right? All these cases, they will just end up being a few years in jail. 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, that's all. So when the case of this, I was looking into it, they said that the death sentence is very, very likely. And when they actually show the case of the court image of him actually sitting on a wheelchair and that his life was only technically saved in a way for investigation, but the thing is, right, his life was technically saved, and right now his life after being saved, like he almost died, and now his life is being put out on the line, and a lot of people are actually kind of like having mixed reaction, and the mixed reaction I can see why. There are people who wish for the death sentence, and there is also another people who don't feel that this death sentence is a good thing. Like people still debating. It is still a thing that people will talk about it. But the thing is, right, it is back to the point of why do people wish him dead? Is it really pure hatred, or is it that he deserves it, or is it just because a life for the life of all the 36 people that he took? Technically, it's back to the point of what he did. Is it technically a murder, or is it technically a arson? Because in a way, from what he did, is technically a murder. And now the question we have to ask: will people support the death sentence? And this is one of the topics that I really, really intend to talk about. But at the same time, I'm very like a lot of people in Japan also split between these two. Like a lot of people agree on this point. Is that I checked with one of my Japanese friends. In his end, he told me that a lot of people are on his end. Is like a lot of people feel like it's finally over. That's all. They feel like finally a chapter is finally closed. A chapter that is a lot of people wish that it was a full stop, and they don't really care about the result. They don't care whether he's being like whether he deserves the death sentence or not. Because the thing is, right, at the end of the day, they feel like if he had taken the life of 36 people, then they wish him not to be in social. And that is a very, very harsh life in this world though, especially in Japan. So it's really something that I'm very, very inclined to talk about, but at the same time I'm actually kind of like, how am I going to talk about this? Like all these three topics that is like, technically I was not going to talk about Fuwamoko. Technically I was not going to talk about Fuwamoko. Like I was still technically searching for information about Fuwamoko, like people not hitting on it. But the one thing that got me very in time to talk more is the Kyoto arson, as well as the Microsoft layoff though. I feel like the Microsoft layoff definitely in a way some of the employees deserve it. Like when your company gets sold to a company, you are under the company, you work for the company, and even if the president say that, oh, you take someone to drag him out, the thing is, right, that I think he forget to take it that he can also be kicked out. So yeah, I didn't talk about Microsoft bought Blizzard long ago, and my take was at the time was like, maybe, just maybe, Microsoft just wanted the brand, the Blizzard brand itself. The only thing I'm very in time to know is that what will Microsoft do to Blizzard? Like, what would they do to the company? Like, what is the purpose of buying the game company in the first place? Because from how I look at it is that if they really want to create if they really just want some talents, and or maybe they just want to just need the brand, then in a way they are technically got what they want. But now the question will be, what are they gonna do with it though? Because Blizzard got quite a very bad reputation, and one of my sources actually told me along the line that her take was, how do I translate this take though? It's very interesting, because if you actually think about it, right, when you're a company bought by another company, her take in, like, this is basically based on business and so-called reputation situation. So basically, right, if a company get acquired by another company, there is two ways that we can look into it. One way is that the company is doing very well, and that in order for it to grow more, a bigger company have to buy it so that they can grow on their own. But there is also another take to it. The company the smaller company that is going to get bought, right, that company is not doing anything good, but the bigger company is lagging in some of the aspect that the small company offer, but the big company don't have. So let's say, for example, Microsoft have their own so-called gaming studio, their so-called gaming, all this development, all this thing, but they may not be able to have AAA games, and Blizzard is able to offer that. Because if you're gonna build your own AAA developer game studio, what would be the best way to go for Microsoft? Buy a company, buy a AAA studio, game studio if you can. And Blizzard at the time, although I wouldn't say it's AAA games, but it is a company that they have at the time, and the offer was on the table. So if Microsoft bought it, and now Blizzard and Activision is under Microsoft, hell, they can do anything to it though. They can just fire the owner, the so-called the boss, the president, or whatsoever. They can just fire all the people they don't like, and then they just keep most of the brand, some of the talents that they wish they want, or make sure that they want to have, and then they can do what the hell they want it to it. So like when Prom Pirate Sun mentioned along the line of, are they laying off competent employees, or is it the dead weight? That will depend on how they look into the stuff, because sometimes, right, when a livelihood is still at on hand, 1,900 job, that is not a small sum though. There is still a lot of people, and whether will they got compensated for being laid off will be a whole new different story, because this is, I believe, in USA. So whether will they have any sort of compensation to all the layoff employee will be a different story though. For me, I feel I will agree, like a lot of people talk about the layoff, like Edmond Go, all the others, they were talking about it. Like, yeah, I can see their point of view, but when you look at another side of the coin, when you look at the whole situation, sometimes it may be not what they think it is, and Microsoft may be just already aiming for just the Blizzard brand itself though. I mean, like, if they can freaking cancel a survival game that have been in development for 6 years, it just proves to show that they are not caring about what Blizzard want. They are caring about what they want, what Microsoft want, and that is basically the Blizzard name, the brand, the company, the studio, all of the hardware, software, whatever, where they have on their hand. And will they rebrand it? Will they redo whatever to it? Only time will tell. That's how I feel. But on the other hand, how people would think about Microsoft, how people would think about, is Blizzard really went cold? Like the Blizzard itself is really a cold words already. So is Blizzard finally gone? Is Blizzard finally over? Like in my sentence, I did say that I want to give it a wait and see approach, but considering the source I have on hand, let's just say that there are some information that are now under speculation. It's still technically speculation. Even when I say that, it is very likely that Microsoft is just aiming for Blizzard brand, the name itself, the company itself, the hardware, software. All of them are still technically speculation, but unless they really, but the thing is, right, why I go to that speculation is that 1,900 employees being fired or so-called lay off, that's not a small sum though. Like, why would they lay off them? Another thing is that if I recall correctly, Microsoft also wanted to remove Xbox employee, and I believe it's the hardware employee. So in case anyone are not aware, is that I did talk about this in my previous video called gaming company versus gamers, greedy or edition. The thing is, right, how many of us nowadays own a game hard copy, the CD? Like if you got a console, will you download the game into the console, or will you prefer buying the hard DVD and then play the game? Like in modern era, I've seen a lot of people buying digital more than the hard disk itself. So it's a very like iffy marketing. It's a very iffy marketing in my opinion. Because the thing is, right, when you have a hard copy, you can sell the hard copy back to the to a second-hand shop, or you can share it with your friend, give or let other people play the game if they don't have the money to buy the game. Like that's been one of the good thing about owning a hard copy of a game, because you can share the game, you can give the game, and even if year past, the game hard copy is still there, it will still work. But the thing is, right, in current era, a lot of people are aiming for digital version. Like people want the digital version. Like I saw a lot of people talk about the Microsoft laying off Xbox employee. They are or they want to remove hard copy of Xbox, and then out of nowhere, when I was doing further research, I come out of this article that say they also lay off Blizzard employees, and I was like, is it really called greediness? Because the thing is, right, at the end of the day, if they feel there is no requirement for that position anymore, they will just say, yeah, we are gonna say goodbye, don't need you, you can just say bye-bye. But I still agree with most people. Think will be like 1,900 is a lot of people, and laying off, is it really a good thing or is it a bad thing? That only time will tell. But considering that Microsoft want everything digitized, we are really going to I feel like we can really safely say that we are now moving into the full digital life. Like it's the moment where in the past we own a CD of the game because we say that, oh, a hard copy of the game, we can share it with your friend, you can share it, or if I don't play, I can give it to you because I don't play it anymore, maybe you can play the game along the line. But when you own a digital version, you can't give it. It's yours, you can't share it, you can't give it. It's like it is going to be a part where if people want to have the game, they have to buy it. And in the in terms of marketing, right?
Roxana to the power of 63 to the power of 7 liked the stream.
Thank you. It is back to the point where the company will just take it that, oh, if you want the game, you want to play the game, don't share, only buy the game. So I feel like this is something that, is digital version a good thing or is it a bad thing? Like I know some people will be saying like you buy the game but you don't own the game because there is no hard copy of it.
You've reached 60 minutes stream.
Is it really a good thing or is it really a bad thing? It's something that we have to discuss further. I feel like we should discuss this further. Personally, to me, I feel like the moment where everyone download the game in their console or in their phone, right, that is when hard copy game slowly dying off though. Because we can't deny the part where a lot of people keep on downloading games into console because it's more convenient and you don't need to like switch on the CD, or maybe for the like the Nintendo Switch is basically the cartridge. Like you don't need to switch out the cartridge. You can just okay, finish you got the game into everything, and then you just you can just play. You don't need to change whatever. You just play it accordingly. Like it's so convenient, but convenient also come at a cost though. So it's really something that is very questionable. Like, should we blame the company, or should we blame our life ourselves that caused the change though? But this is really three topic that I've been actually doing research the whole damn day. I mean, like I was supposed to go for the gym, but because I was checking with my sources and checking all this information, is really not something that is as easy as I thought though. Like sometimes random chat always takes some of my time off. But today all these topic just throw at me at one shot, and I was actually kind of like I'm very afraid tomorrow there is more news though. Like I'm just hope like, oh no, I just hope they don't go and pop up some other information about whatsoever news or information. Like Power, I mean like Hololive member are all playing Power. From how I look at it, like if you guys go and tap Hololive and Power, a lot of them are playing it though. Even Akiro, I think is Akiro playing it. She is well known for. Wait. LOL? Is she playing League of Legends? Wait, did she start playing League of Legends? Oh my god, she actually playing League of Legends. Yup. If she fall into League of Legends, like she can play for 10 hours, yeah, this is yapai though. As a former player of League of Legends and all the mobile game, Dota 2 or Dota 1, not Dota 2, all these game, right? Yeah, she better take a rest though. I quit League of Legends like long ago though. Power, actually more like curious. Now I'm curious. I really don't want to talk about Power anymore, but I want to check into some information. Power on stream. Mostly positive. Recommended 2070. Memory 32. There's a lot. There's a lot required memory. 32 gig RAM, that's a lot for a game. Even though if it's the minimum is 16 gig, 32 gig recommended is still technically crazy a lot though. Mostly positive. Don't get soup, please. Most accurate. Oh god. A lot of people are posting positive one. I'm curious. That one I can leave it there. Now I want to check. Power EN. Piece about where the loading does not end when logging. I mean, like if it's just only not even 1 week, and they're already doing update and patch all these things. That's all proof how good they are as a company, though. Let's just prove how well they are. 9 hours left. Launch sales. Oh yeah, they did make it cheaper. Still, they did make it 10% cheaper at the time. They even post about. If they post about. Oh, they already over 8 million car. Dude, were they already over 8 millions? I thought they were still nearing to 8 million. If over 8 million, are they going to be reaching 9 million soon? Feel like it may be though. Our concurrent reach way beyond. Team chat. Checking. Show me the list. Oh my god. It did drop to 1.7 million, but 2 million is still a lot though. Soaring at 8 million copy. I wonder what happened to all the other 6 million. Like, are they is it because people are not playing at the same time, or are they still a lot though? Owner estimation. That's a lot of numbers. That is a freaking lot of numbers though. Yeah, it was somewhere in. Yeah, they did rocket up around last year. The game was. I remember about Power back in 2021. I think it was 2021, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, it was marketing, and like, why? I thought about this long ago. It's like, if Power is a copy of Pokemon, like the Pokemon and Nintendo should have went after them like long before the launch though. Like, why chase after them after the launch? Yeah, this is really ridiculous though. At least now I know the source. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why sometimes when you do a track, right, you have to search so many things to understand a lot of issue. Like, before I give my takes, like one of the takes I thought about Power is that if Pokemon say is a copy, sure they have a lot of copy, but they should have went after them. But the thing is, right, I don't think they should went like for Pokemon. If Pokemon are actually the Nintendo people are actually really listening, and anyone who are like trying to defend Nintendo and Pokemon in a way, right, if they really want to sue Power, there is a chance for them to success. It's not just only on the design of the monster, it's more towards the issue of that they have to prove the whole game is a hardcover copy. If they only prove the design of some of the Pokemon is taken from Pokemon to be used in their Power monster, then that would be definitely one thing to prove. I mean, like in terms of IP, it is still workable. But they need to prove that it is a carbon copy and not inspired from. Inspired from and versus a carbon copy is a. I know it's very. I know some lawyer will say it's very, very hard. But when it comes to IP design, that's a whole new different story though. Like in terms of IP, it is something that is very hard to talk about. IP. Intellectual property is a property that includes intended creation of human intelligence. Basically, in terms of idea, in like a legal term for idea, invention, design, and art. So it is still a thing. Like even if they say it's copyright and trademark, right, it is still technically an issue. Like if they say that if they can prove the design and art is taken from Pokemon, it is still workable though. Because it's like in a way it's defined as creation of the mind. When it comes to the migration, they can just say that, oh, is it really they copy from another people? Because at the end of the day, IP can still be chargeable though. They still like Nintendo still got a freaking way to charge power. It's just that a lot of people wasn't talking about it. I did talk about it in my video that there is still a chance. It's just that they have to prove it like through IP though. I'm just giving you an answer right now. The second thing would be if Nintendo, I also thought about it, if Nintendo decided to team up with Ark Survival developer and GTA in a way to charge power, because power is technically a combination of GTA, Ark Survival and Pokemon in a way. So unless all three companies like Rockstar and Nintendo decide to just team out and then charge the power developer, yeah, it may work in a way, but they have to prove that it is a copy of their game entirely though. But power is a game on its own, so it's very hard. I know some lawyers will say, oh, it's very, very hard because it's not very similar. But when three companies team out and prove that it is similar to their game in a way, yeah, it is under IP law though. And IP law work very, very differently from copyright. I know some people may not like it, but that's how the this is how IP work though. This is one of the things, right? Sometimes when I do research, right, it has like one of the things I hate myself for. Like I know you guys might not say that I do not hate myself. Like one of the things I hate myself is that when I do stuff, right, it's an old job habit, okay guys. It's a very, very old job habit. Every time when I talk about something or when I do something, right, I always took the extra mile to do a research on it. Like I have to be very careful. Like, I have to go and search online. I have to look into those stuff. I have to understand what I'm saying, because sometimes what I say may come back and haunt me and bite me in my butt. So yeah, I mean, like sometimes I have to look carefully into those stuff though. If I don't do careful research, right, I will end up saying something that may give the wrong take though. I feel just the question is how am I gonna do all three random chat? I'm just hoping that tomorrow when I'm doing like I mean like definitely this one I can give a little bit of give and take situation. The Kyoto also I can kind of give a little bit of give and take. I'm still a little bit confused about how people look into this case though. I mean there are some people who love it, some people love the sentencing, some people don't like the sentencings. There's many view on it though. Then there is the Blizzard one. So far, a lot of people from how I look at it is that most of them are saying that Microsoft just nuked Blizzard, lay off. I mean 1,900. It's a lot of people though. The question we have to ask are, is it computed or is it okay, let me write down the notes. I have to thank Mr. Pirate for the very I'm gonna, in case you guys are not aware, normally I do write down my notes, okay? Like the script is technically in notes, so just basically in point form. So normally when I know kind of like know what to say, like normally before I do my check this thing, I write the thing down. Blizzard is the layoff companion talents or dead weight. I actually very hopefully that they are not really dead weight. Then that would be a way to like, okay, I will be honest, in my own take, right, about the layoff, if most of them are not dead weight, it just proves that Microsoft, one of my theory about Microsoft buying Blizzard is just basically what they want is the company itself. But if some of them are not dead, if most of them are dead weight, then that would be a whole new different story, because a lot of people will start bashing about how good Microsoft is for throwing all those dead weight away because they are people who is creating all the trouble from the Blizzard along the line, because Blizzard have been on the dying end ever since they create Diablo 4 along the... So it's like, it's really hard to know though. I think I'll do a further research on that. I want to do a last reason. Diablo. Dead is a word. Interesting. Just the word itself, does it have anyone worth buying? Why is it so expensive? Agree season 3. What if I use the word hate? This month ago, what is going on with the sudden hate? Answer: they recently released the first speed patch note, and for the most part it nerfed across the board for all classes and popular item of feed. Also, a lot of things that had seems like anti-quality of life were added, reduced loot in some popular area, longer grind to get certain chests, etc. And the initial opinion is that it is intentionally increasing the amount of endgame grinding. A grinding game car. That has been a lot. This is size of D4. Talking about criticize, I'm actually very in time. Criticism. Review form again. Pretty sure I remember they called that Diablo, when it was first released, there was a lot of bugs. It's boring, it's bad, it's a mess, it's no desire to play because no interest in the loop. Honestly, I think I just got tired of reading, and I love reading. There are 600 stats. There are 600 stats like plus 96% damage against enemies suffering from shadow damage over time effect. It make every item a virtual nightmare, and my brain just shut down and just say I don't give a F anymore. To be fair, PoE had this problem too, and even much worse with more gem having 47 lines of soft blue text. But at least once you have the gem, you have it, and that's it. D4 just involves constantly trying to push a mess of tests. I wonder if they lay off most of the talent, most of the people are from the developing of Diablo 4. If it's from Diablo 4, it may be a whole new different story though. I want to do a check on this though. Is there any way to search out? Layoff? Have they say who is the layoff? Number of employee 1000. Oh my. Okay, this is a very problematic thing. If they lay off every members of employees, it's possible now then. I mean, like, that's one, like, around 10% already, you know. Lay off 8%. They say it's 8%. But that's still a lot though. Okay, at least now I know my source. So it's technically they lay off some people. We can safely say that they want to lay off some people, but I'm sure you're amazed they lay off the boss though. At least we can safely say that they just cancelled some of the members. Is it really 100%? At least now I know my source. I don't need to. I can safely say that it's just basically some. Maybe they may be laying off some of the bad employees. If they lay off way more than 10%, that is basically a little bit too much though. But I'm still in time. Why is the boss being laid off though? I mean, like, he exit. Like, did he exit on his own turn or did he got kicked out though? Because in case anyone were not aware, right, in terms of business, right, normally they will give the boss to Ultimanians, which is basically like you can live on your own, or you and then you keep your reputation, or you can get late, or you can just get kicked out though. Yeah, it's unclear, is he making among the layoff or he made his own exit. Massive cut car. Was Blizzard making a loss? It's called Activision, right? Is there a stock about it? No information. Any information about it? Sometime a little bit of stock marketing will tell a whole long tail, so. Okay, it did not show anything. It did not show anything. It means that it was closed the moment it was bought. Okay. So when Microsoft bought it, it was 100% closed. But massive cut. But why massive cut though? Is there any source to indicate that Microsoft is it making a loss? Could still make a net profit of 6 million payout. Have been the team unprofitable. It's assumed that Blizzard isn't making much, if at all, but they are losing money if they blow 140 million to get themselves out. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I do agree with one of my sources that if Blizzard get bought out by Microsoft, it's very likely they are really not making up any profit, which is the reason why they have to get acquired by another company. Because actually, how much did Microsoft bought them though? $68.7 billion. There's not a small sum though. 68.7 billion. That's a huge sum amount. I mean, like when Microsoft was buying Blizzard at the time, it was a huge deal though, because of Call of Duty itself. It wasn't just Diablo or World of Warcraft, it was the issue with Call of Duty.
Has entered the room. Like the stream.
ラザビューさん、ピサスさんかな。こんにちは。開始のどうぞ撮っていいんですよ。今はちょっと YouTube での配信ですけど、でもなんかちょっと資料のことちょっと調べています。なんかな、I mean, like basically a lot of things I need to check carefully. なんかたくさんの資料の調べの方が必要から。Right? But then again, there's not a lot of people that, I mean, like technically 8% layout is not a lot, but sure. As the second quarter of 2023, the game money active user base had fallen to its lowest point in a decade. The popularity of WoW had significantly impacted Blizzard's overall financial performance, leading to revenue stagnation and increasing concern among investors. So there was news about Blizzard not making any money. I want to do one last check. I want to do one last check. Where is the info? Where is it? Blizzard layout. IP. That one I need to talk about. Okay, power. I'm just gonna keep it one side first.
You've reached 90 minutes streamed.
I got too many topic to. Dude, I'm so glad I didn't do gaming tonight though. I'm actually freaking out tired from all the research though. Oh my god. Okay, but this is just basically in case you guys are wondering, like that's how I do my research though. Like I have to check a lot on so many ends though. Because I don't really want to cause most give the wrong day along the line. Can I just check how much did your salary come about? Is there information about his? No information. CEO approval rating of 93 over 100 as scored by employees. Interesting. We need to say that he got a lot of people liking him. But the issue is still the salary though. How much is he earning as... What's the word pay? Like why did he choose to... Like is his pay way too much to the point that he got laid off or he got kicked out in a way though? Like if his pay is a lot, it can stand to mean that he is being... like he... There is a reason for Microsoft to kick him out first though. Net worth. Any information? There's not a lot of net worth. Definitely more than me, but... Oops. That's the wrong one. Alright, found it. Without a doubt, we'll be receiving a boost here from Blizzard in. According to our source, the former president received their salary of more than... That's a lot. That's a lot of salary. Eh? Yeah, if they have this amount as a figure, if they have this amount of figure, then it stands to understand why Microsoft would be like, yeah, we got other people to replace you, now we want you out along the line though. I'm gonna keep this source first. I don't want, because this one is killing my computer. I don't want to open too many source first. So this one I can close. If I open out too many tabs, my computer is going to die though. But Blizzard making a lost car. Wasn't expecting that though. Quite a lot of people are talking. Oh, I think tomorrow I have 2 topics to talk about, but I need to choose which one to talk about. The Kyoto arson, that one is number 1. Then after that is the Blizzard. This one I'll close out first. For Amoko one case I will talk about next time. I might have to do a little bit digging, give it a wait and see approach first. But for Amoko is a little bit sad to hear that it's happening. I'm gonna keep this just in case. There's quite a lot to talk about for Blizzard though. Okay, I might have to write this source down. I mean, technically, right, is like the CEO also gone. The CEO also technically gone. Is it due to kick out? Or is it due to layoff? Due to his pay? I think I should write around this amount. There's just too many information that I need to shush it up. There's too many speculation based on information that I don't have, but yeah, I think I will do that much for now. This is a little bit way too much that I initially wanted. Yeah, I watched too many videos checking things out though. Yeah, God. I'm actually technically mentally tired today. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing I guess tomorrow I'll talk about the random check. The random check, I might have to check things out. If I can confirm on it, I think I will do at least 2 of them. As for night chatting on tomorrow, technically tonight is night chatting already. If I got more information, or if I don't do any random chat, I might end up doing night chat instead. But I'm not sure though. I will see how it goes. Tomorrow, technically, I got stuff to do in real life. So yeah, I think I should stop here for YouTube for the day. I'm also technically don't want to do too many research, because the more I dig, the more I'm getting confused at times. So yeah, this is always one of the reasons why when I do random chat, right? I'm not saying it's easy or hard. It's more towards like the curiosity. Like I'm a freaking cat, and curiosity always start happening. So often more than not is me where you guys notice that when I kind of curious about one point, I will need to like, is there more information that can cause like the layoff of the Blizzard? Like, is there way more speculation to it, or is that just straight out say, oh, we're just laying off? Is it competent or is it incompetent people that is being laid off along the line? It's always you will be curious and you want to search things out. So it's like often more than not, like there's just too many sides of, like you can't just take one side of the coin, look at one side and then look at the other side and then call it a day. Sometimes there is a lot of the side around, and sometimes the coin itself can be the issue though. So yeah, I think I should stop here for the day. I don't want to be too talkative to it too much. Technically there is quite a lot, but I'm still waiting for Mr. Dark Sun for the question and the request. I'm actually still waiting it, but if there is none, I think I will start here for the day. Guys, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe if you had not. I will go and rest up tomorrow. Random chat. Yeah, I think I'll put out at least one of them. Which one I will have to do a chat first. If the source tomorrow I got is confirmed, then if till then, hope you guys all have a nice day. All night. Good night.